Hi everyone. Welcome to Summertime is Reading Time in the Diamond. My name is Dr. Adam Breslow and I'm excited to be reading to you today. I'm a pediatrician with Children's Primary Care Medical Group. With the support of the local chapter of the American Academy of Pediatrics, we like to bring books and reading to our families through Reach Out and Read. We encourage you to all take some quiet time together every day to relax, snuggle, and read together. Today, I am reading with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. The title of this book is Goodnight Goodnight Construction Site. It is written by Sherry Dusky Rinker and illustrated by Tom Lichtenheld. The cool thing about this book is it's a glow-in-the-dark book. So if you get it from your library and you turn out the lights, you can actually see a lot of really cool things in the dark. So hopefully your mommy and daddy will do that. So how about we start reading and let's see how things go. So, Goodnight Goodnight Construction Site. Doing my favorite thing. The moon is asleep. I hope all of you like to sleep. As a pediatrician, one of the most important things that kids and parents can do is get a full night's sleep. It helps our body grow. By getting good sleep, you actually stay healthier. So let's start. Down in the big construction site, the tough trucks work with all their might to build a building, make a road, to get the job done, load by load. We have lots and lots of trucks in this picture that we're going to be learning about. But trucks are really cool. They make lots of noise and they do lots of cool things. But the important part about the construction site is it takes lots of different types of trucks to actually build a building. So everyone is important and every truck is important in their own special way. And we're going to be learning about them over the next couple of pages. The sun has set, the work is done, it's time for trucks to end their fun. So one by one they'll go to bed to yawn and rest their sleepy heads, then wake up to another day of rough and tough construction play. You can see the sun going down, and if anyone has ever seen the sun going down, it goes down in the west, and as the sun goes down, you get all these really cool colors in the sky, so you can see all the cool night colors from purple and red and orange and yellow, and it turns the trucks all those colors as well. So let's find out what's going to happen with these trucks. Working hard to help his team, Crane Truck raises one last beam. Reaching, stretching, lifting high, he swings the beam into the sky. He'll set it down right on its mark, then off to bed, it's almost dark. That these are the scariest kind of trucks because they do a lot of dangerous work. They will lift these heavy beams and they have to be able to go around in all directions to try and put things down perfectly. If it's off by a little bit, somebody can get hurt. So it's really important to be safe when you're working with a crane truck. One of my friends growing up, her father owned a couple of crane trucks, and he was a really cool guy. He slowly folds his poom back in, and then with one last sleepy grin, he tucks himself in nice and tight, then cuddles up and says goodnight. Shh, good night, crane truck, good night. That, I don't know if you can see it here, but the crane truck is cuddling up with his favorite teddy bear. How many of you sleep with teddy bears or other animals? I used to sleep with one when I was a kid, and there's a nice star glowing in the night that you can see how happy and content he is after doing a hard day of good work. Spinning, churning all day long, cement mixer sings his whirly song. Now, he's weary and so dizzy from the fun that keeps him busy. With one last spin, he pours the load. He's ready now to leave the road. Cement mixers are something that we see everywhere. If you've ever walked on a sidewalk or you've ever had somebody's house, you'll see cement all over. These are some of the most important trucks to help us work through our communities. I like to go down to the beach. There's a big boardwalk. It's miles and miles of cement that you get to walk on. So they do some really important work. He takes a bath, gets shiny bright, pulls up his chute, turns off his light. He cuts his engine, slows his drum, and dreams sweet dreams of twirly fun. Shh. Good night, cement mixer. Good night. That you can see the thing that kids like about cement mixers, they get really, really dirty, so they have to be cleaned every night because there's so much gunk on them. And if you can see over here, I'm not sure if you can see it, there's a little tiny bird on the water spigot. Birds like to drink the water that come out of it. In my house, in my kitchen window, we have a hummingbird feeder right outside the kitchen window. We put a little sugar water in, and the hummingbirds come flying in. It's really cool to watch. And the cement mixer has his favorite blanket. Do any of you have a favorite blanket? I had a favorite blanket growing up. Mine was yellow. What color was your blanket? All right, let's keep going. Dump truck likes to work and haul. He carries loads both big and small. He moves the dirt from place to place, then dumps it with a happy face. One final load spilled on the heap. Crunch! Now dump truck's tired and wants to sleep. So dump trucks, kids love dump trucks, especially if you go to the beach or you work in the dirt. You can put lots of stuff in there and move things all around. So I know a lot of kids like playing with dump trucks. He lowers his bed, locks his gate, rests his wheels, it's getting late. He dims his lights, then shuts his doors, and soon his engine slows to snores. Shh. Good night, dump truck. Good night. You can see dump truck sleeping, and sleeping is all the Z's that go up. However, the Z's get louder and louder, which means he's snoring, and this guy over here is yelling, "Hey, pipe down!" So people don't always like it when someone's snoring in the house. Do any of you have anybody who's snoring in the house? I have someone who snores in my house and sometimes wakes me up. Pushing with his mighty blade, bulldozer works to smooth the grade. He clears the way to level ground and fills the air with thunderous sound. Roar! No one's as tough and strong as he, but now he's sleepy as can be. So bulldozers take a lot of energy. So if you see a bulldozer, you think of someone who's really strong to move all these big rocks. Big rocks can be really heavy, so the bulldozer does some really important work. He puffs some smoke out of his stack, turns off his engine, stops his track. He curls into his soft dirt bed and dreams of busy days ahead. Shh. Good night, bulldozer. Good night. So the bulldozer gets really extra tired at night, and he's leaning over on his side, and like we saw in the beginning, the moon is sleeping too at this point. Oh, here's a cool one. Scooping gravel, dirt, and sand, excavator shapes the land. He digs and lifts throughout the day. Arrgh! But now it's time to end his play. A few more holes to dig and soon he'll roll to bed beneath the moon. Look at all the cool big holes that the excavator has dug. that when I was a kid, I used to love to dig holes, and sometimes you thought you would dig so deep. There used to be people who thought that if you dug deep enough, you could dig to the other side of the world. It was called digging to China. It didn't really work, but that's what we thought we could do. I yawn. He twirls upon his bumpy track, pulls his boom, stretches his back. He sets his scoop down on the ground and snuggles up without a sound. Shh. Good night, excavator. Good night. That you can see how dark it's getting, and here you can see all the stars coming out at night. If you stay up late enough and it's dark enough and there's not a lot of light around the city, you can see millions and millions of stars. So everyone should look at the night sky. It's really cool. These big, big trucks, so tough and loud, they work so hard, so rough and proud. Tomorrow is another day, another chance to work and play. Turn off your engines, stop your tracks, relax your wheels, your stacks and backs. No more huffing and puffing, team. It's time to rest your heads and dream. So all the trucks get their rest so they can get ready to work hard the next day. So just like the trucks, you need to get your rest for the next day too. So please listen to your mommy and daddy when they tell you it's time for sleep. It's really, really important. Construction site, all tucked in at night. The day is done, turn off the light. Great work today. Now, shh. Good night. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining with us. And don't forget, you can put this book now in your summer reading log. So you read this book with me. Congratulations. Good night.